So this character has come a long way from where we first started seeing him in Street Fighter 6.
One more side note, man. I got to pay respects to my man Ramsey. His level up journey with Zangief has been an inspirational one. When I watch that man play, low-key, I'm like, I kind of want to play this character. Like, there are only a few players that can do that to me, quite honestly. I'm like, yo, when I watch Ramsey play Zangief, like, he's one of them. When I watch Kakudu play JP, I'm like, man, I will never get the dexterity to play this character, but I'll try it. Those cats really deserve their flowers, honestly, for pioneering the way that they do. But we are getting ever so close to see Takamura versus Itabashi Zangief duke it out for their final matchup of the day.
Yeah, I love seeing the players that can really inspire others with their characters, right? Like, we were actually out in Tokyo the other day, and we got recognized by one of the employees. They're like, "Oh, are you guys here for Capcom Cup?" And they played Street Fighter 6, and he was like, "Oh, my favorite player is Shuto because I play Marisa," right? So it's just real sick to have these type of players that can inspire on these characters that you don't see the super ton of, whether it be the Zangief, whether it be the Manon, like with Idom, whether it be the Jamie that we see. Boost obviously played a lot of Jamie along with the Ken over there in the States. So there's still so many players showing out with these characters. Obviously, Ja BM's going to be playing the Terry. Chris CCH might be playing the Terry.
Truly,
Who knows, right? That's another character that he's been dabbling with. But yeah, we're going to get it started very shortly here. I think they're making sure everything is prim and proper here right now. We're going to get a quick button check and then hopefully into the match next. It's Takamura versus Itabashi Zangief. Going to be looking to advance in Group A and obviously try to get into that top 16, which will be taking place Saturday, Friday for those of you in the States.
And I'm glad you mentioned that too in terms of the inspiration of some of these players. I'm glad that you mentioned that story because that was 100% a factual story in that specific center. We were trying to poke around the conversation and maybe get a discount. That would have been godlike. But fact of the matter is, Street Fighter 6 is definitely Japan's esport, man. I gotta say, they have been taking it to a whole different level in terms of the fandom and in terms of the player base itself.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's really impressive to me how much the Japanese scene, like, gets to know all the other scenes, right? Like, I wouldn't have been expected to be recognized by one of these people from Japan, right? But the fact that they recognize you, me, all kinds of players that we were with.
Oh,
like,
Yipes for sure at the arcade. When we went to Hey Arcade, as soon as we left from watching him, so like some players just flooded him.
It's so sick to see a lot of the Japanese natives have all the culture from around the world when it comes to fighting games. Obviously, you can hear that with the respect to Punk, the fandom of Mena RD. But right now, we are going to get into our final Group A match of the day. Takamura versus Itabashi Zangief. This is going to have great implications going forward. Let's get it.
God, I love that intro. Let's go. Takamura, Itabashi Zangief.
Takamura already looking to establish a fireball. Something that we didn't see too much of earlier on. But already having to guess wrong.
I like that, while maintaining the parry as well, still able to cancel out into the OD uppercut. Counter hit again, committing to that run. Itabashi, head to the sky. He was really upset with that decision making.
Yeah, the fact that he did it off the stand fierce, right? So obviously that's gonna be the best time to do it. Oh no, just walks out of the throw range. SPD, Itabashi here.
Ooh, okay.
Sweep Takamura, not gonna get caught with anything. And of course the low crouch medium kick that God, exposing any type of stand fierce that you want. Put that away.
Tetsugen Naicha, aka the Noisemaker. Takamura with a very explosive first round, dumping that level 2 where need be. He doesn't want to give any sort of remorse or recovery for Itabashi in that round.
Shout outs to him. And again, Takamura early on, looking to establish fireball. Maybe try to bait Itabashi into something and just drive rushing behind it once he sees the fireball connect.
Oh, that would have been disastrous.
Yeah, I was going to say the Jinrai is a little bit scary. And I feel like Takamura is taking risks that Itabashi Zangief is not used to seeing from his Ken players in Japan, right? So I think he's getting caught off guard a little bit and missing some of these punish opportunities because he's just not used to seeing people take that risk.
I mean, that should have been the key point against Takamura when he had watched, if he had watched Takamura versus Phenom. But Itabashi seems to be in a little bit more control now. Gonna be able to block that. Yes, sir. Get the wheel kick, lariat extension, Boris Dynamite. That's just it right there. The damage is so huge off of that punish counter.
Yeah, gigantic punish from Itabashi Zangief, and he is definitely starting to catch on to Takamura's tendencies, right? We've talked about Takamura has been willing to bust out a lot on the invincible reversals. Great bait out from Itabashi there. He tried to get the cross fierce run cancel, but you run it straight into a level 3 that he jumps out of. Takamura, beautiful bait right there. I think the drive rush was off a heavy, so he was able to jump. That was good stuff.
Still couldn't believe he recovered in time. That was immaculate. Busting it out with the OD uppercut, making sure to catch that angle against Itabashi's jump. No shot, no fear in this man's heart. Cold-blooded killer that is Takamura. As we had said time and time again, first game convincingly in his favor.
Takamura is not afraid to bust out, right? Especially in situations like that. I love the fact that he was like, all right, off of an air tech hit where I'm going to reset back on the ground, I'm in burnout. Again, Itabashi most likely wants to abuse that fact. He's willing to risk the level 1, kills off of it. Man, Takamura's reads, the way he's been able to predict his opponent's decisions via the context of the match, immaculate. Yeah. Making the haters mad indeed. Making the haters mad.
Giving him more to hate about. All right. Man, the spirit of Yipes is in all of us, I'll tell you what. Takamura, let's see what he does now. Spacing it out with a fireball to kind of gauge what the sequence is going to be from Itabashi. That fierce getting punned in.
Oh, and then he knew he would try the SPD after outside of the stand fierce range. That's tough.
Drive on in there.
Look at that. Now Itabashi's trying to bait stuff out, right? But Takamura not going to just bust out at every given instance.
So hard to read, man. And Itabashi is so heavily read-based against a lot of the players he faces off against.
And Itabashi, that time he saw the fierce drive rush cancel, so he just drive reversaled him off. Oh!
You have to get the side switch. Dragon Lash indeed comes out. Dash up twice. No, that was a dash up into a run!
Dash up, run, stop low, and then the DI catches Itabashi reaching. My goodness, Takamura, how are you always so right now?
Tetsuja Naicha, not gonna kill yet!
Oh my, oh.
What in the world?
I don't even know. It looked like Itabashi was trying to scoop him up out the air. Man, that was tough. Takamura escapes with the victory.
Oh. Exchange of blows, Takamura ringing it out with that standing heavy punch. Itabashi trying to measure the gap with that medium kick as well. But again, he's not able to find a solid read against Takamura. Now on the offensive, on the gas, with the drive rush, back-to-back throws. You heard the flash of the parry, punish counter. Keep doing it, man. He's at level 3, let him waste it. He tried to bait it out.
That was sick. Itabashi knew. He was like, this is the time where you're going to look to bait something out. Goes with the button, catches the backdash. Now we side switch. Oh, put a stop to that drive rush as well. Seen it. But another level 1. You ain't going to bait it out. I'm going to let it rip.
And he knew that SPD would definitely have killed. Takamura assessing the risks so well. One throw more will do it. Drive rush on in. Knocking on the door. And it's a tick throw yet again!
And man, it hurts, right? Itabashi and Zangief as a character in general, at the whim of hard reads, at the whim of trying to tech throws in those situations because they